Were you aware of the issues going on with R. Kelly when they were going on?
No.
Well, no, we're not related at all. No, we're not. We're just very close. He's my best friend.
Yeah, cool.
Now, who found him?
In the whole wide world.
Barry, when Aaliyah died for a wrongful death, he got paid $90 million for her death.
Aaliyah Houghton's uncle has always acted as if her death has left him feeling betrayed and hurt. Nevertheless, new information regarding her death suggests that he may have played a role in his own niece's death. Barry Hankerson and R. Kelly have been revealed for their roles in Aaliyah's death and how they were paid $90 million for it. At the age of 14, Aaliyah Dana Houghton was a music icon. Her tragic demise, though, and her relationship with R. Kelly shook the entire world. Terrible secrets surrounding the singer's demise have emerged in the years since her death. Individuals close to her uncle, Barry Hankerson, are leaking frightening information, and as you would expect, JayZ is in the thick of it. So, what role did the Rock Boys hitmaker have in the death of Aaliyah? Let's find out.
I think everybody that knows Sean Carter knows that he will slump anyone in any relationship for $1. Look at how he did Dame. Like, I don't give a fuck if you wanted to get away from your homie, if you wanted to get away from your partner, but to do it the way he did it, it's malicious.
I raped my girl that he liked as well, right?
Right.
And then went on a tour with him.
If someone had said something could ever come between JayZ and Damn and Dash 3 decades ago, everyone who knew them would have laughed it off. Yet it appears that their friendship was not as mutual as they assumed, at least not until Aaliyah became involved. This narrative is full of twists and turns, and it may have led, in part, to the singer's sudden demise.
Just from what I know, because whenever I would be around those dudes, he would be decent. He wasn't like a, it was all right, but it's just I knew too much.
Yeah.
So I couldn't be around him. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want no parts of that bread. All money ain't good money.
How do you believe the story ends in a universe where two pals may have fallen in love with the same girl? For this pair, it resulted in the friends-turned-foes having a lifetime feud that continues to this day. While that is more or less common knowledge at this moment, most people have yet to understand how things got to this stage in the first place. Let's just say the plot was a little more involved than just these men's love interests, since betrayal and sorrow are also written throughout. The story of Dame Dash and JayZ goes back a long way, as the duo used to be more than just best friends. They even had a business together, but something happened along the way that changed the fate of their relationship for good. While the actual cause of Dash and Jay's ruined relationship remains one of rap's greatest mysteries, there have been numerous hints as to what transpired between them. Although Dash did not state that was the cause of Rockefeller's downfall, he did mention that Hobb was interested in Aaliyah. He tried really hard, Dash told Page 6 in a recent interview. He went on to say that JayZ wasn't the only one interested in the singer. Apparently, after realizing he wasn't going to get her, Jay turned Aaliyah into a sacrificial lamb.
I love Aaliyah more than anything, and she loves her parents more than anything. So
Absolutely.
the one thing I'm not going to do is ever make her or her legacy or her parents feel uncomfortable. So it's some things that I just can't address.
OG Peru Ayatollah Marv, who was an associate and close friend of Barry Hankerson, was with him when Aaliyah died. And it's evident that Barry was not devastated by her passing. In fact, despite his apparent grief over her passing, he went ahead and had a sumptuous supper with friends. Barry, as we've mentioned, was Aaliyah's uncle.
He got $90 million. He wouldn't have stayed at the L'Hermitage Hotel. We ate good. in deep mourning, right?
He is the man who is said to have aided JayZ in taking out the singer. Barry's motivation for assassinating his niece is clear. Money, but why was he compensated for Aaliyah's death? Aaliyah's uncle signed an agreement just 5 days before her death, stating that if anything happened to her, he would not be held liable. That is a bizarre arrangement to have in the first place, but the timing makes it stranger. Barry signs the agreement, and Aaliyah dies in a plane crash just 5 days later. After Aaliyah's death, Barry Hankerson wasted no time in settling cases and ended up obtaining a stunning $90 million. Aaliyah was signed to her uncle's record label at the time of her death.
Was that just for his rights or whatever he owned?
What she would have been able to make if she hadn't have died.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Behind the scene, it is said that JayZ pulled on the strings and that Barry was just a decoy. Apparently, R. Kelly was introduced to Aaliyah by the same Barry. Although the goal was to jumpstart Aaliyah's music career, this one meeting marked the start of years of torture for the then young singer. Despite the fact that he introduced Aaliyah to Kelly and was their manager, Barry has attempted to transfer the blame to Aaliyah's mother. Sparkle, a vocalist who collaborated with the R&B artist during the rumored marriage of Aaliyah and Kelly, says the same thing. She stated in an interview, "Who thought that was real? You know what I mean? I thought that was a hoax, that's not real, Sparkle said, "That was my naivete of thinking that it wasn't real because, like again, Barry Hankerson was there. This shouldn't and couldn't have happened."
Were you aware of the issues going on with R. Kelly when they were going on?
No. No, didn't have a clue. Completely ignorant to it.
Do you think anyone in the family was?
Yes. Yes, I think my sister knew a lot more than what we thought she.
While this was happening, JayZ, on this other end, was doing all he could to land Aaliyah, and so was Dash. Everybody was trying to get to Aaliyah. It was not just Jay, Dame said. I did not know Jay was trying to holler at her, but then it just happened like that. He was trying, I was trying, everybody was trying, he was going hard.
Told me that they were married, that she was pregnant. Reason they got married was because they felt like if he was married to her, and if he said he thought that she was 18, that he wouldn't be charged if someone found out she was pregnant.
Dash and Aaliyah eventually began dating in 2000 and were a couple when Aaliyah died in 2001. A former record executive believes his relationship with the slain singer had everything to do with her death, and JayZ is known as a man who doesn't handle failures softly. Dame's courtship with Aaliyah compelled him to separate from R. Kelly. He previously remarked that the fact that Hobb had a working relationship with Kelly concerned him. In a nutshell, after both R. Kelly and Jay lost Aaliyah, they joined forces to finish off the singer, and who else? You got that right, Dame Dash. I really am not on the best of both worlds. I didn't go to a show. I didn't have my name on any of that. I was in Fiesta, but only because Aaliyah said she wanted me to do it that way, Dash told hip-hop motivator Kenyatta Griggs. Dash also said that this proved to him that he and Jigga weren't on the same page morally. I know I'm not effing with that. I knew, morally, we weren't the same. To me, Rockefeller was defunct. It was over. I couldn't fuck with it. It was something that, to me, I don't want to say unforgivable, but I couldn't understand it. Yet there's much more to their story. According to an explosive new interview, JayZ's music relationship with R. Kelly was supposedly a big reason why Dame Dash and Jay, and ultimately their renowned label Rockefeller, split apart. Dash, Rockefeller's co-founder, talked about his former girlfriend Aaliyah, her relationship with R. Kelly, and how that finally led to the label's demise and a feud with Dame's co-founder JayZ. His remarks come as Lifetime's documentary Surviving R. Kelly premiered a few years back. According to the 6-part documentary, R. Kelly married an adolescent Aaliyah in 1994 after engaging in a sexual encounter with her and allegedly getting her pregnant. In one scenario, a former R. Kelly backup singer admits to seeing a then 27-year-old Kelly having sexual contact with a then 15-year-old Aaliyah on a tour bus. Dash told Hip Hop Motivation that he has been watching the docuseries and found the parts about R. Kelly's relationship with Aaliyah difficult to see.
At the end of the day, Aaliyah wouldn't want that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's all I care about. Whatever I feel personally, I gotta put the people that I loved before that, and I know what she would love and what she would want. She wouldn't want that.
Well,
so even if it's right or wrong, that's not for us.
I watched some of it yesterday, as much as I could tolerate, Dash said. I'm not gonna lie, as a human, I was tight. I was tight about a couple of things. Number one, there was a girl who she was even trying to talk about it, and she couldn't, and I remember Aaliyah trying to talk about it, and she couldn't. She would just leave it at, that dude was a bad man. Dash added that Aaliyah continued to struggle with opening up about her relationship with R. Kelly. I didn't really want to know what he did, to the extent that I would, deal with it because that's what a man does, Dame said. But it was so much hurt for her to revisit it. I wouldn't want to revisit it without a professional. Whatever got done was terrible. He went on to say that JayZ's decision to work with R. Kelly on 2002's The Best of Both Worlds album, while knowing Dash had difficulties with R. Kelly, ultimately contributed to JayZ and Dash's fallout. Dash also says that JayZ was aware of R. Kelly's preferences and what the Ignition singer had done to Aaliyah. If you recall The Best of Both Worlds, you won't see my name on it. I never wanted anything to do with that, Dash stated. Dash alleges he refused to be named on the album and donated his revenues to a breast cancer awareness foundation funded by Aaliyah. Dash believes Jay, R. Kelly, and Barry had every motive to kill Aaliyah, as the interests of the three men were aligned. So, there you have it. Should R. Kelly and JayZ be held responsible for Aaliyah's death? Let us know in the comments section below. And that's it from us today. Until next time, bye.